staying with us. Now we move on to Middle East. Palestinians are mourning the loss of loved ones following the latest Israeli airstrikes on Gaza City, which claimed the life of 9-year-old Hamada Abed Rabo. The Gaza Health Ministry has confirmed that the young boy was killed when an Israeli airstrike hit a building in Gaza's Sabra neighborhood. As per reports, Israeli planes and tanks continue their assault, targeting the eastern and northern outskirts of the city. Explosions echoed throughout the night, particularly in Zaytun and Shejaiya, as tanks shelled homes and roads in Sabra. Meanwhile, several buildings were destroyed in Jabalia and a northern town in Gaza. The Israeli military has confirmed that its forces are intensifying operations in the Jabalia area, aiming to dismantle militant tunnels and expand control in the region. The Israeli government has also announced plans to seize Gaza City, which it has described as Hamas's last stronghold. Let's hear what Palestinian civilians have said.
زحت أنا من أسفل عبد ربه وجيت في منطقة ال30 البيوت راحت وكله راح وولد راح إن شاء الله يا رب تكون آخر لحظة وتزول هالغم.
Now for this discussion, we're joined by Professor Kobi Michael. He's a senior researcher at the INSS and Miskov Institute, joins us live from Israel. Thank you, Professor, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, how are we to interpret this humanitarian impact of the ongoing Israeli military operations in Gaza?
It depends if eventually the citizens will leave Gaza, will leave the Gaza City towards the safe zones in the south, and if they will leave, then the casualties will be very minimal, because all of those that will be left there will be Hamas militants. And this is, generally speaking, the idea of the IDF, and these are the preparations the IDF does in order to prepare in advance all the required conditions in the safe zones in the south, be it hospitals, clinics, and all the other stuff. And I assume that eventually most of the people will leave, and those who will not leave before the beginning of the military campaign will leave immediately after the beginning of the campaign.
And Professor Kobi, how is Israeli military differentiating between people leaving this Gaza to south from Hamas?
I would say that it is not an easy task, but there are some means that the IDF uses, like identification methods, biometric identification methods, and in the very same time, we have to assume that there will be some Hamas militants that will be able to leave the area to the south when they will be in the entire mess of people that will live there. But I mean, even if they will leave, I mean, it is okay. We can live with that, because they will leave to the safe areas, and these safe areas will be pretty controlled by the IDF, and they will not be able to do what they are able doing in the Gaza City, when they use their tunnels and their terrorist infrastructures.
And Professor, you mentioned ID cards, but knowing that most of these people are refugees from other parts, and also knowing that their houses have been destroyed, so how else can they identify or be differentiated if they don't have such ID cards and stuff?
No, I didn't say ID cards. ID cards can be used as not authentic ID cards. I was talking about biometric identification. I mean, by special cameras and some other means that the IDF uses in order to identify people.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Kobi, for always joining us and sharing your insight throughout our news. Thank you very much. Now we move on to our next news. Pakistani Foreign Minister